Hello! I decided to tell you about monsters in the history of culture. And not just to tell, but to arrange a competition among them on awfulness. And I invite you, dear viewers, to the role of the jury in this struggle. I will talk about the terrible horror in my publications, and you put the number of the one this is the most in the comments. Before we start listing the promised monsters, let's figure out where the term came from. It comes from the Latin word monstrum, which in antiquity was called animals or plants that were born with congenital deformities. It was believed that their birth was a demonstration of discontent from one of the gods. In this connection, all the cases were studied and interpreted. Also, in some cases, the concept of unnatural included such fact that a snake has no legs and a bird can fly. Ancient Greek mythology is rich in a variety of monsters. Let's start with it. If we pay attention only to the stories about the exploits of Hercules, we will get a large list. So catch the first portion of 8 boogeymen. Since the order of the hero's task does not have an exact chronology, the first in our list will be his most famous victim, Lernaean Hydra. Appearance: terribly specific. The body of a dog with snake heads. And their numbers remains of the conscience of ancient authors and varies from 2 to 100. This is not surprising if you are the daughter of the snake-like Typhon and Echidna. That's just where the dog's nature came from. It's unclear. Probably a genetic mutation happened. Habitat: swamps in Lerna. From there, the Hydra crawled out onto the plain and hunted cattle. She had such a deadly breath that it destroyed all life in the area. Imagine a crawling dog with snake heads. She moving towards the victim, looks in this direction and, of course, breathes. Well, maybe sometimes she held her breath, but not constantly. It means that everything in her path is dying, including the plants behind which she could hide. Did you imagine? Then I have a question. Why don't goats and sheep, sensing danger, run away? And dogs don't raise the herd with their barking? And most importantly, how did the shepherds manage to escape? And why did they bring cattle to the same pastures over and over again? Character: among the Greeks, Hydra symbolized envy and wrath. But I'm not sure that the natural desire to eat food necessary for the continuation of life can be considered a sign of bad character. Another feat of Hercules was the murder of Hydra's own brother, the Nemean lion. Appearance: ordinary. A lion, just a lion, with only one head, but with an unusually strong skin that cannot be pierced with iron, bronze or stones. Habitat: surroundings of the city of Nemea. Character: a puppet of the gods. He had to punish the people who angered the Olympians. Hercules strangled him. Then with his own hands tore off the skin using the claws and teeth of the beast, and began to wear it as armor. In this situation, I would wonder who is more of a monster here. We skip the next three feats. The Cyrenean Deo, also it had golden horn, silver fur and bronze hooves, had speed and tirelessness, and was dedicated to the goddess Artemis. Nevertheless, it did not differ in anything monstrous. The Erymanthian boar was quite ordinary, maybe only especially ferocious. And the horses of King Augeas did not even try to be bad, unlike the horses of King Diomedes, who ate human meat. Appearance, the most ordinary. Habitat, in the stables of Diomedes in copper chains. Character, ferocious and vicious. They were fed the human flesh of foreigners. Probably the owner has accustomed them to this food, but they are monsters nonetheless. The fourth on our list is Stymphalian birds. Appearance: birds with iron, bronze or copper wings, beaks and claws. Their origin is unknown, but they were nurtured by the god of war Ars. Habitat: the birds lived in swamp like Hydra, but on another one near the city of Stymphala. Character: aggressive. They hunted people and poisoned the area with toxical droppings. Feathers were used as weapons, which were shot at the victim. I don't know about you, but this description reminds me of flying machines, such as a helicopter with a machine gun. We skip a couple more exploits, because the Cretan bull also did not have the most standard origin, but in fact it was ordinary. Well, maybe like the boar, it was very ferocious. And the owner of the Ars belt, Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazons, was a beauty, and having fallen in love with Hercules, she was ready to give him the belt, but he suspected her of betrayal and killed her. We move on to Geryone's cause, where we are interested in Geryones. His appearance, a classic example of a monster. He was a giant, and he had 3 bodies, 3 heads, 6 arms, 6 legs and wings. Habitat: the island of Erythea in the ocean in the far west. Character: well, how to say, if a hero comes to you and wants to steal the main value, special red cows, how will you react? Therefore Geryone defended his property, but he had no chance. Hercules shot the owner with a poisoned arrow. Earlier he killed a shepherd and a dog guarding the herd. And I would again suggest thinking about the question, who is the real monster here? The dog who guarded Geryone's exotic cows was called Osiris. He is the brother of the Linnaean Hydra and the Nemean lion. Appearance: a dog with 2 heads. Habitat: the island of Erythea in the ocean in the far west. Character: Lemuel. The 7th on our list is Dragon Lydon. He is the main character of the penultimate feat of Hercules, where the hero had to steal again. This time his target was golden apples from the garden of the Hesperides. Appearance: a fire-breathing dragon with 100 heads, some of which were always awake. Can you guess whose relative he is? That's right, he is the brother of the Linnaean Hydra, the Nemean lion and the dog Osiris. Habitat, the garden of the Hesperides. Character, Lowell. The goddess Hera placed him to guard the tree with golden apples. But here, Hercules had the opportunity to hack the system safely for himself. He killed the dragon from behind the fence, without approaching, with an arrow soaked in the poisonous blood of the sister of Lydon, the Lenaean Hydra. In the last feat, Hercules had to bring the dog Cerberus from the underworld. Appearance: a three-headed dog with snakes instead of a tail. And also the brother of Hydra, Lion, Osiris, and Dragon Lydon. It seems that Hercules has undertaken a crusade against the family. Habitat: the kingdom of Hades. Character: loud. Cerberus guarded the world of the dead so that the living would not go inside and souls would not wander where they did not need to. His main task was to bark terribly, dispersing possible violators. And when Hercules pulled him to the surface, the dog, unaccustomed to the earthly world, got scared, began to resist, splashing saliva from which a poisonous flower grew. A so-so monster, to be honest, is not involved in anything bad. Of course, if you hear him roar, your heart will probably stop, but don't go to him anyway. Hercules' exploits are over, and we have a list of candidates for the role of the most monster. Vote in the comments. Put the number of your favorite. This is only the first group of creepy monsters. There will be others. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. If you find any mistakes in my English, please write to me in the comments. Thank you for your attention.